learn from the first time around that you're going to take into this one?
It definitely it went by very quickly. So, I want to try and, just enjoy every moment. Because it doesn't really happen that often. So you want to be sure that you're really enjoying yourself, really, embracing the time with your teammates. And then, you just want to win. So all we're going to be focused on is going down there trying to win and, be there for as long as we can. Because I want to spend as much time with this team as I can. It's a special group, so just want to, embrace every moment.
You've always been team-oriented, but a lot of attention in this type of stage comes to you individually. How do you balance the attention that's going to come to you ahead of time with your belief that this is a team game?
I'm just worried about it's Marquette versus Murray State. That's all that's on my mind. It's going to be a team game, team fight, so that's all I'm worried about. I'm not really worried about anything individually. Never have, never will, so that's all I'm focused on is, Murray State against Marquette.
Marcus, you guys really set this as a goal after not making the tournament last year. How satisfying is it to be here and have this opportunity now?
It's what we worked for, but we're not satisfied. We want to go as far as we can. We're going to get right to work tomorrow, prepare for a great Murray State team, and, that's all we can do. Just take it a day at a time, focus on the things we can control.
You mentioned the chip on your shoulder. Where does that chip come from? What's it about right now?
It's just us, especially this time of year. It's just us against everybody, I feel a lot of people count us out. A lot of people don't really respect us, I would say. So, I think it's really just the people in our program that really matter at this point. It's just us against everybody. That's kind of the mentality we have. That's the mentality we have to have going into March.
Nice to have a couple of days of rest after the wrist is bothering you on Friday.
My wrist is fine. My wrist is fine. So I'm ready to go, ready to play.
You guys have been traditionally a very good free throw shooting team. You watched a lot of March basketball. How does something like that play into maybe your advantage as a team this time?
Yeah, I think, just making that we're a great shooting team, being able to shoot free throws in clutch games are really important because March, it's going to be possession by possession game. So, making sure you're knocking down your free throws is really important. And also, too, being able to rebound, defend, and take care of the ball is definitely keys that are going to help to winning in March.
It's an exciting game for us. It's another game, and every game's a big game, but we're just excited to be in this position.
Do you know anything about Murray State? Obviously, John Morant's the big name.
We know we heard about John Morant. You see him all over social media and stuff like that. That's about it. But we're going to learn a lot more tomorrow. Coming into practice and stuff like that. We're going to prepare well for them.
That you guys got the 5 seed. Do you think that reflects kind of your body of work, some of your big wins over Wisconsin, Kansas State, those games?
I think being selected, period, shows the strength of our team and how good we are. And to be honest, I don't care where they put us in the brackets. I'm just glad to be in this position, still playing in March, and win some more games.
Marcus says you guys are going in with a bit of a chip on your shoulder, though, his words. What do you think about the attitude, the mood of your team as you get ready for this? I
agree. I think that we're internally excited. I don't think we show us how excited we are. And I think one of the biggest things is because we know how good we are and we know how well we are. My bad. We know how good the team is and stuff like that. So just going into March, we're just excited to continue to be playing. We know we can win some games.
And the way you guys played New York, you played well in those 2 games. Do you think that gives you some added confidence as you go in next week?
Yeah, the last game, unfortunately, we lost it, but we're pretty excited coming into the next game, especially considering the fact that the way we prepare throughout the season. And the beauty of our team is that we continue to grow each game, and I think that's going to carry over into the rest of the season.
You've had a great couple games, the last 3 or 4 games. Do you feel better? Is there something different about you the last couple games?
I think the biggest thing is just coaching, the confidence part about it, and just being able to come off sitting out a year and then being in a new program and learning the system and just finding out where I could do the most work and where I can be the most productive for my team. And I think this is going to be the biggest part is, we have a lot of depth, and I think that's the strength of our team as well.
You played in another program, you sat out a year. How validating is just being in the tournament? It seems like everybody dreams of being in the tournament now. You personally are there.
This is exciting. It's an exciting moment for me, just knowing that, especially with me transferring schools and to see everything's working out, especially with our team making the tournament. This is my first experience playing this long in March. And like I said, we're excited to be here and not going to jinx anything, but we know we're going to do great.
It is so incredibly hard to make the NCAA tournament. And I think that's lost on the vast majority of people. And if your name is called during the selection show, you have some good stuff going for you. And while we may not know every play that Murray State runs or, you know, everything about them at this point, they got a lot of good stuff going for them. And then obviously people know Ja Morant.
Right.
You know, he's going to go in the top 2 or 3 in the NBA draft. So if you're going to do that, then that's pretty darn good.
This is your second time in the NCAA tournament as a head coach. Did you learn anything the first time around that you're going to do differently to prepare the team?
You know, again, this is my second time as a head coach. I've been in the NCAA tournament a lot, and you know, the tournament is hard to predict, and you have to focus on what got you to this point. And obviously, with being a 5 seed, our team had to do a lot of really good things to get to this point, and so we need to focus on what that was. You know, we've prepared well. We've been a team that's competed hard. We've been a team that's been selfless, and that's got to be our focus as we get ready for Murray State.
Did you think that 5 seed reflected your body of work, some of the great wins you had, you know, early in the year, Wisconsin, Kansas State, all that, to be a 5 seed is pretty good in this field?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a great year.
Yeah.
Our kids have had a great year. And when you look at it on paper and you say, gosh, that's worthy of a 5 seed. And so our kids have had a great year, and we're excited to start this new season 0-0.
You played 2 postseason games already, great against St. John's, and that extraordinarily crazy game that you called it. How does that
Are you stealing my quotes?
How does that kind of prepare your guys for more postseason?
Well, man, you know, our guys have played in March. Last year we had a number of guys playing the NIT, which, you know, were March games and we won, and then the Big East tournament was a great experience for our guys. We had some unusual events, and we learn from them. We try to get better for them, and we get to start 0-0. You know, and you get to play in the greatest sporting event in the world, in the NCAA tournament. So our guys are excited. I think we've tried to learn from everything we've done, whether it's been good or bad. Fortunately, it's been mostly good, and we're excited to be here and to play in the NCAA tournament.
How do those NIT games translate to the NCAA tournament this year?
Well, you know what? I think, you know, we were a really, really young team last year, and so our guys got experience in playing in March where it's one and done. And so hopefully that'll help, even though, you know, we don't have everybody back. We have a few guys back that are playing heavy minutes that played in March Madness type games.
You mentioned you were an assistant coach in many of these tournaments games. So what do you preach to your players as far as, obviously they have to be intense, but you have to strike that balance of not being too tight?
Yeah, no, I think it's really important to have a balance. Number one, you need to stay the course in terms of what got you here. And for us, that's been really good preparation. That's been a team that's been incredibly selfless. And then you need to narrow your focus, because this is the time of year where everybody kind of dials into college basketball. And I think as much as teams lose because other teams play better, distractions also can be a problem, where you're not playing the game, you're playing multiple games. And so you got to narrow your focus and really just concentrate on what is going to serve the mission, which is going to be to beat Murray State.
Talk about this such a special time of year as a player and as a coach. Is it exciting? Is it pressurized? Is it different than December?
It's great. You know, pressure is when you're sitting on your couch and you know your name's not going to be called. I mean, that stinks. I mean, this is awesome. Are you kidding me? We get to play in the NCAA tournament with this group of kids. I love my team. I don't want it to end. And I'd feel horrible if I was sitting on my couch alone watching the selection show knowing that this thing was over. We got more ball to play. And you know, I get to be around these guys, and our staff gets to be around these guys for more time. And we got to keep fighting for that, because this is a special group, and this is a really special group.
That being said,
Ed has been kind of a newcomer to the group, but he's really been playing well lately. How important can he be for you in that return?
Oh, Ed's huge. I mean, you know, really we have a two-headed monster at the center position. So, you know, like Ed's not a sub. He's not a bench player. I mean, Ed could very easily start. Theo could come off the bench. I mean, but he's played well, and we need him to. Ed is Ed's a great kid. I mean, he's got such good stuff inside him. When he talks, it makes our team better.
I know you had mentioned that it's nice watching on the couch, or not having to watch on the couch. You know that your name was going to be called there, but what are the emotions like for you? Even though you know your name's going to show up, but just waiting for that name to actually pop up.
Yeah. It's amazing. You know, I was one of the very fortunate few who, when I was 7, 8, 9, on Selection Sunday, you heard that jingle and you watched it and you said, God, I'd love to be a part of that. And I had a chance to be a part of it as a player, and now as a coach. It never gets old. It's, you know, to me, it's the greatest sporting event in the world. And to hear your name called, regardless of where they place you or send you or whatever, it's an honor. It's an honor, and for these guys, whether it's Marcus or the Howards or Ed or Theo Sack, like they were 7, 8, 9 watching the selection show at some point, and I guarantee you all of them said, like, God, I want to be a part of that, and it's happening, and so I'm so happy for them, because like I said earlier, it's hard. Like people think you go to the NCAA tournament, yeah, okay. Snap your fingers, you go to the NCAA tournament. That is such a weak view. It's hard, and it's getting harder every year. So for our guys to have that chance to continue to play and be one of those teams that has a chance to win the whole thing, it's pretty awesome.